here we are on the back end of our Canva dashboard. You can see there's a ton of stuff to start exploring. Canva provides a bunch of different templates for you. So let's say you wanted to start creating Instagram content. You can see just by clicking on this Instagram post style here that Canva has a multitude of different design styles, a multitude of different templates for you, a lot of really beautiful eye-catching stuff here. So Canva can be a really fun place to explore and just kind of lean into your creativity a little bit there. But let's start by selecting one of these, and I'll show you a couple of things that you can do with Canva. So when you first sign up for your account with Canva, they're going to give you a little walkthrough tour. So I think that we should do this together and just walk you through a bunch of the things that you're capable of doing with your Canva account. So here you can click on this little icon here to add text. So let's say we want to just start a blank board. You can click here to add in some heading text, subheading text, and then there's another piece of text just behind here. If you want to change this, you can click here. There's a whole bunch of fonts that you can choose from. You can see that some of them do have this gold crown. That means that they're only available if you have Canva Pro, but there are so many that are available if you don't. You can see there's a ton to choose from here. So that's how you will play around with text. You can play around with color here, change it to be bold, italicized, change the alignment. There's even some effects that you can put on. And you can play with certain things like line spacing and character spacing. So tons of things that you can do here just within the text module. We'll get into these a little bit later. Let's click next and see what they have for us. So here you can upload images. So let's say you've got images on your computer that you want to see here. Click here and click upload media, and you can pull that right from your desktop computer and add in photos that you can use on your designs. Once you have completed a design and you're feeling happy with it, you're going to come to this share button. And this is everything you can do in terms of sharing this design with other people. So you can add people to this design if you want others to be able to see it. You can create a link that you can share, and so that anyone can edit it, comment on it, or view the design that you've made. Or you can keep moving and you can go ahead and download your design so that you've got it on your computer, and you can now go ahead and share that on your social media, on your website, wherever it might be. You've got a couple of options here. Again, these are just for the Canva Pro account, but you can do some fun stuff like downloading artboards with transparent backgrounds, compressing files so that the photos and the file size isn't so large, things like that. You do have so many options as well for downloading. You can do JPEG files or PNG files, simple photo files. You can also do PDF files if you're creating like a freebie or a pricing guide or something like that. Onboarding guides, we're providing you with a bunch of those in this program. And then you can also do video style as well, because there's a lot of animated stuff that you can do on Canva. So you would just simply click the page that you want to download, click done, and click download. And that's how you would use that section there. So that's it for the Canva tour. But I'll show you now that I've got you here how you can do some of this stuff. So Elements is one of my favorite sections because there's so much beautiful stuff that you can do. Let's say you're a fan of this template, but you want to make it a little bit more you. Maybe you could start to delete some of the elements that they've provided you with and start adding in some stuff that feels a little bit more aligned to your brand. So perhaps this is more your style, something with like a little bit more floral, things like that, but maybe this isn't your brand color. Maybe you need to come in here, click on your color palette and actually pull different colors to change what this design is looking like. So you can do a lot of this stuff with Canva, which is really cool. Some other things that you can grab from here are simple boxes. Let's say you want to, create some sort of like list items or something like that. You've got these decorative boxes that you can use. And you've got a ton of other fun elements. If you just keep scrolling through, there's so many different options for you here. Anything your heart desires, you type that in here and you'll be able to find it. Another thing that you can use are photo frames. So let's say we want to grab a frame from here. We want to have a circular image. What you can do is pull that frame in and now search for photos. Here we go. Click see all. And let's say we want a photo of healthy food. Maybe we want to drag that in. And so you find the picture that you like, and then you're just going to drag that right into your photo here. This is not very easy to see. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to play around with some of these elements here. For example, I'm going to play around with the opacity. I'm going to turn that down a little bit just so that my text on top of it is still easy to read. What you can do as well here is you can lock certain elements so that if maybe you want to be able to move other stuff around, but you don't want to mess with a certain element, you can just quickly lock that, unlock it when you need it again. We've got this duplicate button here if you want to make doubles of anything. If you've designed something to a way that you like, you can really easily duplicate from clicking on that. And then another thing you can do is play with position. So let's say I wanted these to be totally aligned. I can click these three dots, play with position, and I can choose to align them to the left, align them to the right, align them to the bottom, whatever it is that I decide that I want to do here. And you can also do this. So you can do this if you highlight two things, you can do that amongst each other. Or as well, if you just highlight one thing, you can position it on the artboard. So if we want this to be completely centered, I'm going to click center and middle. And now I know that my text here is completely centered within the Canva artboard. Another thing that Canva provides, which is really great, is these guidelines. So these pink guidelines are going to help you line up your designs and make sure that everything is looking super, super consistent, really clean cut, and very professional. So those are some great options that Canva provides for you in terms of making your stuff look really cool. If you want to take it to another level, you can always play with this animate button, which is super fun as well. You can have your text kind of like fading in, rising up, whatever it might be. This can be really fun if you're making active Instagram posts with maybe something happening on there, or if you're making presentations, this is a lot of fun. And then you just have this quick option here to turn your letters into cap locks. And then this is just a simple underline. So one of the really great things that you can do on Canva as well is actually attach links. So if you wanted this to link to your website, you could just quickly punch that in there. You can see now that this is a clickable link. And if I downloaded this design as a PDF and only as a PDF, switch it here. If I downloaded this as a PDF, when I download this file, this will actually be a clickable link that can take you to a website or somewhere that you might want to check out. So this is a really great option if you're using Canva to create some sort of onboarding guides for your clients, informational guides for your clients, anything like that. You can get really creative with this linking feature here, which is really wonderful. So simply put, this is a lot of the functionality that you can use on Canva. It's a really, really fun account. So I definitely recommend going and creating that account for yourself and popping on here and exploring. There's so much fun stuff that you can do within the free account. And if you did decide that you wanted to upgrade to the pro account, there's a multitude of features that come with that pro account as well. So if you're looking for a further tutorial about how to use Canva Pro, definitely feel free to shoot me a message. I'd be more than happy to share that with you at that time if you're prepared to upgrade your account to Pro.